Welcome to Getting Unstuck with Wendy B. I'm trying some new stuff, so thank you. And we're doing our talk on becoming unstoppable. And hi, Diane. And I'm doing this. Thanks for watching. I'm doing this Facebook Live because I'm going to actually do a web on becoming unstoppable, a webinar in July. And yeah, Wendy B. So I just thought I would start with this, and I'll just introduce myself. I am Wendy Bergen. I am a transformational solution coach. I work with what you're committed to and have you be effective in those areas. I'm an international speaker and a best-selling author of a book called Getting Unstuck with Wendy Bergen, and it's 30 ways to turn your limiting barriers into clarity, freedom, and power. I know it's upside down, but thank you. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create, I'm experimenting about doing my podcast as I'm doing a Facebook Live, so we'll see what happens. I'll let you know. And Diane, are you getting, when I'm talking, are you getting sound from me? I'm not sure, so could you put in, can you hear me or not? Because when you said attempting to get good sound, is that on your side or my side? So hopefully it's on your side, not my side. So let's just dive into becoming unstoppable. So, I think what stops us, got a hair in my mouth. What stops us is, I believe what stops us is, fear. Fear that, at least for myself, and I'd love for you to put in for yourself if anybody's watching or watching the replay, what stops you? I like, especially like I've been confronted with techie stuff lately, so I can get stopped because I think I should know this. There's a lot of shoulds stop me. I should know this, or I'm getting too old, or I'm never going to get this. The conversations that stop you. So I invite you to look at the conversations that you have repeatedly that stop you. And I'd like you to look in all areas of your life. So I want you to look in, let's say your relationships. What stops you from having what you want and being unstoppable in any of your relationships, whether they're intimate relationships, whether they're relationships with your children, co-workers. What stops you from being unstoppable? All right. And then how about in business or your career or your finances? What has you be stopped? And hi Zimmer, what has you be stopped in that area, in your finances, your business, or your career? What has you stopped in your health and your well-being? And then where are you being stopped and not being unstoppable in your home or your environment? So those are areas to look at, and you could get a pen and a paper and look at that and see, what are the areas in your life that are important to you that you find you're stopped, you're not totally fulfilling them. Okay, and then and I want you to look at because I am going to do a webinar July 25th on this, and I'll be doing an exercise, so I'm not going to do the exercise today. But you start looking at, there's 3 keys to being unstoppable. Hi, Danny Lyon. Thank you for watching. Three keys to being unstoppable. So it's like, and you, Zimmer or Danny or Diane or any of the people that are watching, you're welcome to put what areas that you find you're not being unstoppable. That would be cool if you could, even just one word. Oh, and then and what? So the first key is do a reality check, and my invitation is to look at what's real. Like for me, the reality check is what's real is there a gun at my head, or is there a bear coming to chomp me? And if that isn't so, the fear, I consider you to take on that the fear is a story you've made up or a conversation. And I'm not saying that the fear doesn't feel real, okay? You know, fear, it absolutely does feel real. That's why we don't move forward, you know. So I'd like you to get a piece of paper and just write, what are your fears? What are you, what are you really afraid of? And for example, for myself, I fear, or I have up until a week ago, I had a break, like being on the computer, because it's all like, people say, well, just go here, or it's easy, or it's effortless. I can't even see where they're telling me to go. And I've recently had a breakthrough because I'm being trained how to lead a course on empowering and disempowering conversations. And I fear the fear of doing it anyways. Yes, but first you have to recognize that you're fearful. And a lot of people, they think that being fearful is a weakness, and it is not a weakness. It's what it is to be human. We all have fears. I was coaching with someone the other day who's a young mom. She has this fear of making mistakes with her children. We all have fears, right? So but what has us be unstoppable is key one, is looking at, is this fear real? And like I say, I'm not saying that your fear doesn't feel real. It absolutely does, because that's why you get stopped. But ask yourself, what are you really afraid of? You could look at, are you afraid to be alone? Are you afraid to fail? Are you afraid to go on that diet for your health because you haven't been successful in the past? Where are you tolerating unworkability in your life because you are afraid to step out? And where I've been tolerating is around learning things on the computer. And I've had a breakthrough in that. And I'm not masterful on the computer, but I've had a breakthrough about being afraid. And I'm stepping up to the plate and moving forward regardless. So, and I don't have a lot of time, so I'm not going to go over it. But then and then what I want you to do is to just look at the impact of your fear. The impact of me being fearful around computers for years is that I'm not savvy on computers. And for me to be able to keep up with what's going on and to be able to do courses online for people leading webinars, I need to move forward in that. So, if that's what I'm committed to, which I am, so I'm starting to move forward in that. And then there's, and there's all sorts of impacts. So I invite you to look at what is the impact, when we're fearful to be, that we're going to make a mistake as a parent, the child picks up on that and thinks there's something wrong with them, rather than it's to do with the parent. So, hi, Michael. So, say something if you want, Michael. We're dealing with how to be unstoppable. So, the first key is do a reality check. Is this real? Is there a gun to my head? Is the fear real, or is it just a feeling? Is there a bear? Thank you. Yes, there's. Well, what's neat, Diane, is that I know the more I know, the more I'll not know, but I don't have to be afraid of it. And I've hired Stuart to help me, and I've hired a few people to help me. So I'm just really excited about that, right? And now the second key is do a reliability check. So, what I mean by that is the conversations that we have now have gotten us this far, and we've bought those conversations as real. That's why we're stopped, you know. And even sometimes when we know they're not real, they still stop us because we really haven't got to the source of that. So Diane Hume's a good person. She's on this Facebook Live, and she's an NLP person, neuro linguistic something, and she can help you get to the source of what's stopping you. I can as a coach as well, but you know, she's great. NLP, it's great work. So you know, the second key is look at how reliable are you to keep moving forward, and yes, pull on other strengths. Yes, Stuart Candia, Candiah. Yes, he's awesome if you want to learn anything on films or videos and computer. He's an expert at that. So contact Stuart. So what I say for are you reliable? I'm not reliable on the computer. Oh, Stuart's watching. Say something, Stuart. You're part of my team. So I say to people, if you're not reliable, like I'm not reliable to be effective on the computer. So I have people that help me that don't charge me money. I have people on my team that charge me money. It's worth it for me. It's investing in myself so that I can grow. So the second key is check in with a coach, check in with a mentor who is experienced in these situations you're dealing with. You're not alone. So that's the second key, is don't count on yourself. You're not reliable. You're reliable to stay afraid. You're not reliable to move forward in this particular area, or it wouldn't be a problem. So, you know, look at your resources. Who can you count on? Whether you pay them or exchange, like one of the ladies that's helping me today on my PowerPoint, I'm babysitting for her. So it's like, what are your resources, right? And Stuart is the fellow that I pay to help make sure I'm on track. And he's, you know, he's going to help me have my webinar up perfect. Aren't you, Stuart? So then, we need teams, and then the third key on being unstoppable. There's more than three keys, but I'm just giving you three keys. Is take new effective actions when you discover what you're afraid of, and you get that it isn't real, but you're still stopped. You get a coach or a mentor and go to them, and then start taking new actions, new effective actions, not just any actions, but effective actions. And, you know, are you taking effective actions consistently with what you're committed to or aligned to with your goals? Are you getting consistent results with what you want from these actions? So now that I'm taking consistent effective actions, hiring Stuart, asking other experts who have experience in what I'm learning on the computer, having them get on Zoom with me, work with me for a couple hours, and have me work a couple hours on my own, I'm starting to see results. So, you know, I got stopped in that area around computers, and now I'm not. So I'm inviting you to look at, there's in every area that you are looking in your life, where are you being stopped, and how can you become unstoppable? And so thank you for participating and playing with me on this Facebook Live. If you want a complimentary 50-minute discovery session, then hop on, message me, let me know that you want a 15-minute discovery session. I will, yes, consistency is so important. Don't give up, even if you first try and you try. I don't know how many times I've tried on the computer and failed, but because I kept trying, I failed to be effective on the computer because I didn't have enough mastery or practice. And what's really helping me is getting that I need the practice. So I can't expect, if you watch a toddler, they get up, they fall down, they get up, they fall down, they get up, they fall down, or riding a bicycle. Yeah, get up, you fall down, you get up, you fall down. And finally, if you have enough practice with riding a bicycle, you have balance. So I am not balanced yet on the computer. I have to have a lot more hours before I'm confident on the computer. So if you want a 15-minute discovery session with me, and it's totally complimentary, to move forward, let's look at one area that you're stopped or stuck, and yes, never give up. Then let's go for it. Let's have you moving forward in that area. So I'm just going to share my book one more time. Oh, I don't have it. Oh, here it is. Getting Unstuck with Wendy B. 30 Ways to Turn Your Limiting Barriers into Clarity, Freedom, and Power. It's a beautiful book on describing how you can become unstoppable. 30 ways you can become unstoppable. If you just want the Kindle book, it's on Amazon, Tolino, Kobo, Apple, Barnes & Noble, Overdrive, 24 Symbols, and on paperback. You can actually order it if you like paperback on Amazon. It's on sale now, and so thank you for coming on and playing with me. And yes, well, yeah, I do fall down, but I always get up. There's nothing wrong with falling down. It's, if you stay down, you want to get back up, dust your knees off, and go for it. So thank you for joining Getting Unstuck with Wendy B. And I will look forward to talking to you at 12 noon next Sunday. And let's have you have your complimentary discovery session so we can move you forward. Have a great week. Thank you.